Embiid involved early on?
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
Obviously, right now they're trying to play through Embiid, and that's taking a little bit of the shine away from the guy who leads them in scoring, in Tyrese Maxey.
Fifth leading scorer in the league, 21, 29, 31, 15. As Reg likes to remind you, usually a couple of runs in a team, especially a home team in the playoffs. Let's see if Philadelphia starts the half with one and tightens this baby up. Tatum, physical, one leg.
By Tatum. And we talked about the struggles in that first half. Look at this, a couple dribbles here. You see, obviously that move made famous by Dirk, but Kevin.
So Maxey only had 3 field goal attempts. Tatum was 1 of 8. Both get going to start the third. Here's Zora.
He said rebounding led to a lot of our problems. They're down in that category, 30-16, and a recurring theme, right, guys? And then on offense for the Celtics, he said they're really moving, and he said, I feel like my team is a step behind. Offensively for the Sixers, well, it's a make-or-miss league, right? He said we got to knock down some shots.
Tatum hasn't knocked out here.
And in that game from distance, and that will open up those driving lanes for Maxey and those post moves for Embiid if Edgecombe can kind of get going offensively.
Brown working inside, contact with Maxey. Got a question for you here as Brown comes to the line. Early on in your career, 144 playoff games, good, but in the playoffs, you got to get ready for it.
Not only do you got to get ready for it, you got to play through it. And a lot of officials will swallow their whistles more so this time of year, more physical, and let a lot more go. You've got to earn it. And it took me, a few series, a few years to match that physicality.
Nice job, George, getting inside. Put Kate on.
It's almost weird that we're not saying Paul George needs to be a little bit more aggressive offensive. This is a guy who will probably be a Hall of Famer. He took a shot there from Jaylen Brown.
Covers defensively. Hauser out of the corner, missed a 3.
Mazzulla. I mean, Kata is too important on this team to be picking up silly fouls like that.
8 minutes, 3 fouls. Similar to the story in game 3 for Kata. He's got the rebound. 13 minutes because of his foul trouble. In game 3, this guy plays 25 minutes per game. Brown steps into him, knocks it down. Perfect 3.
Together and feed off one another. Nice pass there from Tatum to Brown. So they're daring Edgecombe to take shots.
Can't get going. Rookie in the playoffs against a team with a good defensive constitution in Boston, 4th best defensive rating in the league. BJ picks up the foul. Oklahoma City, Detroit, San Antonio. 8-point lead. George got in the passing lane as he was guarding Tatum. Edgecombe sees a couple as Embiid at the top. Building, yelling at him to shoot it. Embiid will.
We'll live with that all day long. If Embiid's going to beat you from the 3-point line, then so be it.
Edgecombe gets that one. Maxey so fast. Chased down by the team.
Maybe all time.
Numbers to back it up as well. Maxey hounding Jaylen Brown. Oubre came over. Jump ball. Wow.
I know how you feel. I've been there.
Look where he was, Reg. He was all the way in the far corner.
Not giving up on the play. See, that's
chill in here.
They're talking about the block. That's why.
Look at that in the regular season. Maxey thought he had 2 a moment ago. Boston gets back quickly with their defense again.
Look at the pursuit.
Maxey looking for... Philly fans don't like it. Brown wide open. Maxey comes to get it. Foul. Hauser.
That's what he's upset about at the other end.
The side out, not in the act of shooting, it's ruled.
How about Maxey not giving up on the play? He didn't get a call at one end, came on Brown.
It's illegal contact, 5-yard penalty. First down. It was just 2 hands. Knocked him down. Speaking of knock it down, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown scoreless in the first, 8 in the second. And the early going to the third, he has 7. 7 of the Boston 10.
They just keep wearing on you. Offense, look at that quiet first quarter by Brown, coming alive now.
Pick the pop and being off the mark. He's getting restless in South Philly. Brown's got the last 7 for Boston.
That's all rust for Embiid.
Tatum pops free. Wide open. Triple. Timeout. Philadelphia.
It's even though it's a jump pass, he falls into the paint there by White, and another 3, getting 2 feet in the paint.
Drive into it, continues to struggle to take that 3-point advantage even further as White can't knock one down. He has been cold, but the rest of the Celtics lose the timeout. They're charged one because mandatory. Each team has to take one in the half. Celtics can still challenge. Sixers out the rest of the game. Sixers need a lot more than challenge. They're down 26. PJ Edgecombe desperate to get going. Got to the basket. Challenge inside Queta. And the foul in game 3. And Vucevic will come to the line. So Edgecombe struggling here tonight. 1 of 7. Now 24 of 60 from the field.
This is the Celtics, a 30-piece, and has played in so many meaningful games this year. His durability has been his best availability.
Played 75 games, 3rd in rookie scoring is Tatum. Celtics all 15 of the Boston points in this 3rd quarter from the J&J team. Paul George. Embiid got it off the ground and it won. Playoff performance the last time he played in the postseason. 24 6-game series that Philadelphia played against the Knicks. Embiid averaged 33 points, 11 rebounds. He averaged 13 free throws. Overdrives. Embiid Pritchard goes to the corner. Tatum draws the D. Celtics reset. Vucevic the screen. George the switch. Tatum, the series against the Knicks last year became a problem because, let's face it, the shots are tougher to make in the postseason. Pressure and defense, not getting those clean looks.
Back to the zone here.
Tatum, Maxey all over him. Sixers over. Moments tab to check out. When you do that, and you download the NBA app. It's first of our Sunday night basketball playoff doubleheader on NBC. Game 2 coming up from Houston. Noah East trying to become the first to the second. That'd be the first team in round 2. They try to sweep the Houston Rockets. Coming up next, Brown from behind the knockaway. George gets it back and scores. And there is the story: the 2-point attempts compared to the 3-point attempts for Boston. A similar ratio as they did in game 3. That's who they are. It's what they do.
Nice job there by Brown, flashing into the middle.
It continues to be the Tatum and Brown quarter, all 19. Embiid.
Look at that free throw line. So wide open here.
5 outs. Tatum, triple. Again. Stars were quiet in the first half. Noisy in the second.
You're not kidding.
Embiid thinking about another 3. Knocks down a 2.
Well,
he has more points than anybody else in the game. Pritchard over Embiid.
9 tonight.
Grimes threw it away. Tatum got a hand on it. Edgecombe kept it alive. Maxey moved it. George shot it. A 3. Right over there trading baskets. With 15 minutes left in this game, that is not enough. Philly needs something on this end.
There's the double.
There's Pritchard. Again.
Nothing.
He's got 24. Embiid waiting for another triple. Because Boston took that timeout of the challenge. That was their mandatory timeout of the quarter. Long run of action here, uninterrupted by whistles.
That's not good for Joel.
Good call.
Offensive foul.
Good call. Tonight?
Good in
tonight?
Yeah, you got Cat doing it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? What's waiting for us Tuesday night in New York?
Oh, oh boy.
Hawks Knicks.
Oh boy.
Game 5, series tied at 2. We'll have that for you 8 Eastern on NBC. 20, margin 19 here with 2 to go. Brown on the attack is fouled, and again, with Philly over the limit for the last half. Let's get you ready for the Derby, and then an NBA playoff game right after. So next Saturday, plan your Derby party, and then do a little NBA party on the back end of that.
I know nothing about the Derby other than going with it.
That's right. Sounds like a pair of sneakers.
Yes.
That you all had back in the day, right? Maxey going to work on the good defender, Jordan Wall. Bets based on the names of the horses. They'll read the form.
I would be one of them.
Yeah, it's fine. Brown, wild attempt on the bump and the foul. Garza free at the top. One from deep earlier. Pritchard fading away.
Yeah.
Got another one.
He's playing with his food.
He said last summer, so about a year from now, he said Kyle said that his focus and mentality, he just knew that Tyrese was going to have a breakout year.
That's what you love about those veterans, and I bet you Kyle's going to have words from VJ Edgecombe as these playoffs go through. Maxey draws the contact.
Covering. That's why veterans are so important. And they're almost becoming like dinosaurs in this game. A lot of teams don't like to have them on, but they patrol.
And here in Philadelphia, you got a guy like Drummond who still plays and contributes as well. 89-69, 40 seconds remaining in the third. Pritchard splits it, basket bound. He got another one. 11 field goal.
Trying to trap him on the 76ers logo at half court.
Looking at 2 for 1. George jacks a 3 and makes it.
You're right.
He's got a playoff career high with 28. Took them all. Got another one. Be much more of a liability at the free throw line. 63% on this season. Boston will get some offense in and see if they can score before the. This year he knocked down 18.
Say that again for all the people in the back.
He went 8 years.
8 years.
3. Yeah.
8 years.
It was fascinating because Boston was over the limit, and Missoula was getting the foul there to get the ball back for another. So it's almost like they manufactured a 2 for 1.
Yes.
Out of it.
I'm telling you.
Every coach at this time of the season is dialed into all the details. Joe Mazzulla, you've seen the videos of him calling out plays, calling out the other team's plays. He is so locked. Series. Try to close that out tomorrow. See the score by quarter. Celtics outscored Philadelphia 39-36 in the third. The halftime score in Toronto with Cleveland today as Tatum hits a 3 to 36. We had more points in the third quarter of this one than they had in the first half of that eventual Toronto rally to win. Drummond goes down.
Big 3 for Boston. Scored all 39 points for the Celtics. Tatum 13, Brown 12, and Pritchard 14.
And Tatum started with the first points of this fourth quarter. Good find, Grimes. Right back 2. But they rule Boston at possession, so we play on. Tatum on the pitch. Queta, finally, somebody else, not named Pritchard, Boston in the second half, and the Celtics hit 100.
By the way, Tatum 4 rebounds away from a triple-double, has 10 assists. What a shot block there by Queta. This is why Queta is so important and valuable on this Celtics team, his presence at the rim.
Tatum leaning it off the contact. Triple +1.
Great. Had his hand in the cookie jar. And what was once a slow start by Tatum has gotten his.
Now a 20 or 30-point edge as 24 is the point total for Tatum. Embiid goes at Queta. Embiid continuing to stay out at 34, and Paul George 31, more minutes than Embiid. The lob towards Queta. Sloppy. Maxey with edge come back the other way. That speed of Maxey to the basket.
Breakaway. That was a chase down block.
Grabbing at his right hand is Maxey. Almost like he tried to get a foul there to get out. Walsh missed the three. Queta
Out there was looking around for it, and that's what that timeout was for, to try to find that splint.
Well, he got it back, and he's back on the floor. And as Embiid lines up a three, Zora can explain the background on that injury.
Well, guys, yeah, we got to respect even when he's off the court, and he's never one to make excuses. But when I asked him today what part of the game the injury affects the most, it's plays like the one that you just detailed. His touch when he's around the rim, he likes to finish with finger rolls and stuff like that. And a lot of those plays are really
Take it shoot around. Taylor Shireman knocks down his second three-pointer, and the Boston lead back to 29. Maxey. Still got that.
The 9 threes for the Sixers coming from Tyrese. But the Sixers 9 of 24. The Celtics 19 of 42. Offensive foul again on Tatum.
3 more points will set a Celtics record. As long as they've been keeping the books on such. He steps back for that record-making shot. Instead, it's Cato who tries to get it. Playoff game in 91. When we say record on the books, they started keeping starters and guys coming off the bench in the stats back in 1971. So we don't have the full Celtic history on that, or any history for that matter. The Sunday action over on Peacock and NBC. It'll be Sunday morning and Sunday night baseball. Here's at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. Embiid dumps it inside. Edgecombe. See go through the goal. Doesn't. Queta was there. Got it back. Embiid inside. Working. 26 points.
2.5, 3 weeks. This looks pretty good.
And 32 minutes of this. Man, that's a lot more than I think we all thought.
I thought he was going to play anywhere from 20 to 25.
White will step back. That helps for Boston. 3 on 4 attempts. We detailed earlier his shooting struggles this season and thus far in this series.
60 of the 112 coming from downtown.
Edgecombe guarding Tatum. Pritchard wide open. Hit by Queta over to White. Embiid back the other way to Grimes. 25 is the number as we approach the Habits. We're going to close this out and try to close out the series in Game 5 up at the Garden in Boston on Tuesday. Back cut Pritchard met by Edgecombe.
Target practice. Where's Roberto Duran when you need him? Right? I'm looking for some white towels to be thrown out here.
They did hand out white and black towels in the arena. Embiid will load up. He'll miss a 3. Tatum has 5. Pritchard 32. Brown 20. They have 80 of the Boston 115. Tatum stepping through as Edgecombe had a hand on him with 5 and 31 to go. Look what you have done. We talk about like Steph Curry impacting a generation.
Yeah.
Dribblers and shooters. Look what you've done.
Look, we've got the best seats in the house for these games. How you want it, where you want it. I'll give it to you.
Tatum 1 of 8 from the field in the first half, 7 of 8 in this second half. Embiid has gone to the bench and boards and 6 assists. So a big factor in the game. Philadelphia never got close to that flow we saw in Game 2 when Boston missed their threes. Grimes with a punch hit the deck. For Philly, Adem Bona, they were in earlier. Pritchard, Shireman, Walsh. White knocked down Pritchard, going first to that contact. His teammate hit him up by the eyes. Grimes, rather, beg your pardon. Yeah, Grimes getting inside.
KC will handle a little business against Phoenix, who are up 3-0. There's a potential collision course with those two teams.
Absolutely.
I still thought Houston would get a game here or there, which they still might.
Eight on the clock. Pritchard working Bona inside. That's denied. 4.3 to about Grant Hill, Ashley Shabadi for our second game. And we got 3 games for you tomorrow night on NBC and Peacock. And that game that's exclusive to Peacock will also be on NBCSN. And we've got Hawks Knicks game 5 on Tuesday night. Brendan Watford has checked in for Philadelphia. Reggie Barlow back in. He was in earlier on tonight. The 3 is off the mark. The reserves in for the final 4 minutes of this one. Pitch, Hauser, 3. And the Celtics hit another one. A playoff record. So this 3-point shooting era of the Celtics will have a mark in the books for years to come. Pritchard's trying to add a mark with the most points off the bench. He needs 2 more to tie. It'll be Walsh. On the back tap, back the other way. On the Sixers. Watford inside. 4-2, 50-year. Interesting, you look at that other series in the East. Paired up with this, it's 2-2. It'll go at least 6. It's the Knicks-Atlanta series. Shireman.
There's always a sense of urgency to wrap up series.
Yes.
When you get an opportunity. Boston, that's kind of balling. Again, we saw it last night in Atlanta. The Knicks fans, to me, it was 60-40 in that building.
Really was. These fans will be above the Old North Station in Boston on Tuesday. See if their team can win yet another Saturday.
And yet another series that they will have won against their arch rival, Philadelphia 76ers, which means a little bit more, too, as well. Remember, be careful what you wish for.
Ron Harper Jr. makes the 3 as the Celtics set a record mark. 4 threes made. And
how hard these Celtics on the floor play. I mean, these are the reserves right here. Gonzalez.
Max Schulga in there.